Yo, ever heard of Care Bears? Bet you haven't. Not this one, at least. This is Care Bears Unlock the Magic. This show is the newest reboot of Care Bears, being released in February 2019. It has a similar colourful cast of lovable bears, with a few tweaks and a few new species, as far as I know, added along with them. This show is quite modern with its art style, having a much simpler and cleaner style opposed to the usual fluffy and or handcrafted feel of the older iterations. Unfortunately in Australia, there is barely any place to watch this show. I personally found it through their funny Roblox game less than 6 months ago. It does show up on Netflix, but it appears to only have 6 episodes. Not only does it say it should have 2 seasons, but only gives 6 episodes, they aren't even episodes at all. They're actually just half-hour specials, so they aren't even the actual show. Google says Unlock the Magic should be available on 9Now or 9Go for Aussies, but I personally don't ever use those and haven't had the time to check for myself. Back to the show itself, it has 52 regular episodes. These episodes are usually about some friendly life lesson like every other children's show, and for good reason, because kids are not learning good stuff on the internet. It stars a crew of 5 bears. The leader is Cheer Bear. She's the pink one, and she likes to drive, apparently. She plays video games, also. So cool. The gay, cool one is Funshine Bear. He's the one who's sort of like Pinkie Pie. He likes his friends to be happy, and he tries to see the fun in everything. The green guy is Good Luck Bear. I've only seen the specials on Netflix and a couple YouTube clips, so I may be wrong, but to me he doesn't have much of a personality. I guess he's the down-to-earth one? He likes to challenge Funshine and he cares about everyone deeply. Share Bear is apparently the mother figure, according to the website. I personally don't see her like that. I see her as the most caring, and she loves her friends very deeply, but she isn't really the brightest tool in the shed. She likes to draw, as seen by her pretty little comic of Super Cher in The Bad Crowd Strikes Back. We'll get back to the bad crowd later. The best one of ever is Monsieur Grumpy. Well, his name is Grumpy Bear, actually, and he's not French, as far as I know. He's the mechanic, building pretty much everything that the others use, and he's shown as the smart one that's also a bit salty, and a little grumpy, hence the name, despite truly loving his friends and hugs. Now we have one more character in this gang. Her name is Dibble. I do not like her, but I think I might be a little bit biased. She is a whiffle, which are small creatures who plant seeds of caring to keep the silver lining, a happy, colourful place, nice and healthy and bright. She is a baby, I believe. I think she gets lost and is picked up by the Care Bears trying to get her back home. During this journey, she gets attached, rightfully, to Grumpy. He ends up getting attached back, but then they have to let her go. She refuses and ends up staying with the Care Bears. The first episode I ever watched starred Grumpy and Dibble's relationship in a shifty place, so that may be why I don't like her. This episode is Rain, Rain, Go Away. Great vibes, huh? Keep in mind I've only watched these videos from YouTube clips, so I may be wrong. This episode begins with Grumpy trying to build something at his little building station thingo. He's telling the camera about how frustrated he is with everything going wrong for him at the moment. His friends are outside having lunch and they realize he's not there. Funshine, being the somewhat immature one, tries to sneak a glance at what Grumpy's working on, but Cheer stops him. Grumpy tells him not to peek, and Funshine says something he repeats multiple times throughout the episode and it pisses me off.
Bro, you gotta work on your happy skills.
I heard that! Happy skills!
Okay. Dibble, the stupid little thing she is, tries to peek too, and Grumpy stands up in a panic, startling her. She runs outside to the others and Grumpy apologizes despite not doing anything wrong. So Grumpy goes back to working on his secret thingy and he gets more and more frustrated as he hammers his thumb, gets glue all over him, and his belly badge malfunctions. Thanks to this, he accidentally summons a big storm cloud, because that's his belly badge, and it chases him outside. It ends up raining on all the soil and all the plants, and it made the Whiffles upset because all their hard work got ruined. On accident, must I remind you. Dibble runs over to the Whiffles, she abandoned so cruelly for the Care Bears, and then gets angry and coolly abandons Grumpy instead when he didn't even mean to do anything. Piccolini bastard! Grumpy apologizes for that as well, even though he obviously didn't mean to do it at all, and he hid away in his room to completely change himself. He puts a little smiley face on his belly badge, and he asks his friends to call him Mr. Happy Face. But look at how desperate he is. Why would you do this to him? Then it turns out the Wiffle's soil and plants are now dying because there is no rain. Oh wow, wonder whose fault that is. The others try to get Mr. Happy Face to be grumpy again, but he's been suppressing his grump for so long he can't even do it anymore. The others decide the best way to combat this is to throw glue at him. Okay. It works. Somehow. And the Wiffles are now happy, because the exact thing they yelled at him for, well, not really yell, were angry at him for, turned out to be helpful because he's beautiful and perfect as he is! Sorry again. As everything is resolved now, we get to see what Grumpy was making the whole time, and it was a freaking house for Dibble because he loves her so much! And to think this vile beast abandoned him for a mistake while he was making her this... Yeah, nothing will change my view on her. Oh yeah, the bad guys. So sometimes these bad guys show up. They're called the Bad Crowd. They're led by a funny teenage dude called Bluster, and I love him, he is hilarious. They basically want to do the opposite of the Care Bears, planting bad seeds, the opposite of seeds of caring, to turn the world into Blusterland instead of the nice and caring Silver Lining. I haven't seen as many episodes with the Bad Crowd in them, but from what I have seen, it seems that it's the classic bad guys hatch an evil plan, protagonists find a way to stop them, then they get mad and say, "I'll get you next time!" thing. Anyway, that's basically what this show is. And I think if you're looking for something a lot like My Little Pony, Generation 4, because the new one was just disappointing, this Care Bears reboot is worth giving a watch. Whenever it becomes available on anything else other than YouTube clips. Toodles!